Hello, everyone. Thank you for attending this webinar. My name is Julie Brown. I'm a nurse attorney. I work at Indiana University Health Bloomington Hospital in Bloomington, Indiana. I work in the position of a clinical auditor and an appeals specialist with a subspecialty in medical necessity appeals. I've been asked today to present a educational webinar to you on appeal tips. So with that, I will move to my first slide. I'd like to first just go over a few general percentages that we have learned from our friends at AHA. We have learned that approximately 90% of U.S. hospitals are experiencing RAC activity. Our experience reflects the national experience in that we're finding about 70 to 75% of the records reviewed are revealing no findings or underpayment. That leaves about a 35 to 40% appeal rate of claims that are not initially approved. And I guess what strikes me as important is that means 60% of the denials are not being appealed. We are also finding that 75% of the denials that are appealed are ultimately overturned in favor of the provider, and that a great bulk of these claims are currently at the ALJ level. I will tell you that for Indiana University, we have been successful in appealing and winning so far 100, or I should say 99% of our claims that have gone to the ALJ level. The 1% was a partially favorable opinion, which then resulted in payment of Part B reimbursement. So we kind of count that as a quasi-win. We're finding that aggressive appeals are paying off. We also look at the statistics and question why not appeal. I have spoken with several of my colleagues about this issue because, as you can see from our philosophy, we take the position of appeal almost everything. Many providers do cite resource limitations, lack of expertise, and familiarity with the appeal process. Tied into that is that it can be a daunting undertaking, time-consuming, expensive, and which often just relates in people not knowing what to do and so doing nothing. My goal in this webinar today is to bring a certain comfort level to all of you out there who either are not attorneys, who have not engaged in the appeal process very often, who maybe do not have attorneys on their staff, and who are soon looking at engaging in the appeal process. I want to basically bring a comfort level to all of you in writing appeals. With that, I want to go to the level 1 appeals. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on level 1 and level 2, but I did want to touch base on a few aspects. I did receive a question from a colleague that I think would be a good way to open this up, and she asked, what is the best option for a level 1 appeal? Should you go all out and throw everything at it, including quoting best practices, etc., or just give a basic response to the reasoning? My answer to that is there's a gold standard, which is write and research the appeal as if it's going to go all the way to the ALJ. So yes, you would quote best practices, you would quote articles, you would quote medical studies. However, depending on your time, your deadlines, your human resources, you may decide, I don't have time to do this, I need to just get something out the door. That is okay too, and we'll talk about having a generic appeal template. Key is to meet the deadline, whether it's a 30-day deadline that you want to meet to stop recoupment or the 120-day deadline in the appeal process. Just need to get that appeal out so you don't forfeit any second level or third level appeals. A side issue is people wonder, should I send the medical record or not? There's no right or wrong answer here. Many providers resend the medical record at each level. We do not. We just send the full medical record at the RAC level in response to the ADR and let the process take care of forwarding the medical record in case file. I do, however, submit paper copy excerpts of the relevant portion of the appeals at each level. Level 2 appeals are go to go to the QIC. Again, my colleague is wondering at level 2, since there is a sense of a rubber stamping, so to speak, by the